This video is an example of healthy gums and the sulcus that goes around the gums that a dentist looks at. We're looking at gum tissue that's pink, firm, and doesn't bleed upon touching. And there's a little moat that goes around the outside of the tooth, and generally a 1 millimeter to 3 millimeter moat is, or sulcus depth, is what's considered healthy. And that can get larger. And here's a periodontal probe that a patient shouldn't be using because you don't want to hurt yourself. But a dentist does, and you can see that right there it goes into 2 millimeters. And here it is a little bit less. And actually you can see the probe underneath the gum tissue in this case because she has a more translucent gum tissue there. And the probe will mark up to 2 millimeters for this particular patient. When we look at the depths on the periodontal probe, you can see the 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, and 7 millimeters depths. And I'm going to show you an example of somebody that has a larger amount of bone loss around the tooth. This is further back in the patient's mouth. It's irritated, and the patient's going to need to either have it professionally cleaned up underneath it, and it's about 2 millimeters there. And as we go around that pocket or sulcus, it's 1 millimeter, and you'll see that the gum tissue there is not very deep, and it's just irritated and needed more stimulation. Here, on the other hand, is a patient that had come in. It's the exact same tooth in terms of location, but you can see like a popcorn kernel and food, and then there was a very rough filling there. And the filling was removed, and after cleaning it for 3 months, you can see that's very clean. But when you lose bone around a tooth, and in this case, you can see it's 5, there you go, 7 millimeter pocket right there. That bone is always going to be gone. And even though the patient is able to keep it relatively clean and tight, the likelihood of that needing some sort of other periodontal therapy is pretty high.